morning, ladies and gentlemen, or good afternoon. This is Rob Johnson with the Stragan Media Network, coming to you from Marlboro Township, deep in the heart of Marlboro Township, here at Marlington High School, home of the Dukes, as we've got an OHSAA playoff matchup between the Marlington Dukes and the Girard Bulldogs? Is that correct, John?
Yep, that's correct. Or no, the Girard Indians.
Indians, I apologize.
You're thinking of green.
Yes, sorry guys. But should be an interesting matchup. I'm excited to see how things are going to play out. Both teams come in very strong. We're getting ready for the pregame ceremonies, and then we'll get you the starting lineups, the tip-off, and get you rolling. So we'll be back here in just a few minutes.
Please stand and join in the singing of our national anthem. Today's tournament game is sponsored by the Ohio High School Athletic Association. Your attendance and support of the student athletes and coaches is appreciated by member schools competing for the right to move on. Though both teams are rivals, they are expected to exhibit the qualities of good sportsmanship throughout the contest. The administration of both schools requests the same from all fans. The officials assigned to this tournament game have met extensive requirements sent forth by the Ohio High School Athletic Association and have been assigned based upon the process approved by the Ohio High School Athletic Association. The officials for this game are Ian Dunn, Philip Classwell, and Robert Fenn. The athletes, coaches, and officials are guests of Marlington High School. All fans are asked to respect the effort each team has put forth preparing for today's contest. We ask all attending to show courtesy and respect for fellow fans, officials, coaches, those administering the contest, and of course, your team and your opponent. As important today as ever, please respect the game. Now let's meet the players for today's game. First, for the visitors on the scoreboard, Girard. Starting for Girard, number 2, Mia Melito. Number 3, Siasha Triplet. Number 10, Allison Durkin. Number 14 is Ezra Dede. And number 33, Abby Rafferty. And now for the home team on the scoreboard today, the Marlington Lady Dukes. Number 1, Maria Warner. Number 4 is Lexi Miller. Number 11, Chelsea Ava Collins. And number 30, Elizabeth Mason.
All right, folks, we got our starting lineups. We're getting ready to roll here at Marlington. Our starting lineups for starting with the Indians of Girard. We've got Mia Malata, Siasha Triplet, Allison Durkin, Ezra Dayday, and Abby Rafferty. Starting for the Dukes will be Maria Warner, Lexi Miller, Chelsea Evanich, Ava Collins, and Elizabeth Mason. Just a quick shout out. We want to give some well wishes to Ava Clow, as it sounds like she may have had a accident on the way here. So she's will not dress scratch here. So we want to wish her well. It sounds like she's okay, but just a little shaken up. So life obviously comes more important in certain situations. So, obviously the Indians won the tip-off, and the shot was no good. So the Dukes will take over possession as Evanich will inbound to Maria Warner. Warner's going to walk it up the backcourt. She's going to dribble, looks, gets it to Ava Collins on the right wing. To Evanich inside, kicks it back out to Warner. Warner's going to pull for three. Off the rim, no good. Rebounded by Girard. Girard's going to push the other way. They're going to dribble, drives to the hoop. Shot no good. Rebounded Evanich. And up to Warner. Warner up to Collins. Collins going to dribble, takes it to the hoop. Shot up, no good. Rebounded Girard. Girard's coming the other way. And they're going to give it off to number 10, Allison Durkin. Over to the left, or right, left side. Sorry, it's early yet. And rebounds by Collins to Warner, across the center stripe. Inside to Mason, layup, blocked, no good. Rebounded Evanich. And Evanich will go to the free throw line and shoot two. So she'll shoot the first one, and it's good. That's going to make it 1-0 Dukes. 6:52, first quarter. Second shot is up and good. So Dukes come out in a full court press. Looking, and not quite. Still almost, and we're still going back and forth with it, and it's going to be a foul. Oh, they're going to call a jump ball. Nice. Possession will go to the Dukes.
Huh. Usually a little scrum like that, there's usually a foul involved, but.
Well, we'll take it here. As Warner will come across, gives it to Evanich. To Collins, cross court to Evanich. Nice pass, no good. Rebounded Miller. She's going to lose it, and we're going to get a jump ball
again.
So that's going to go back to Girard. So Rafferty's going to inbound. She'll get it to Trip. Well, she tried to get it stolen by Marlington. Rebounded by Mason, and she's going to get the bucket and the foul. So we're going to get an opportunity at a three-point play. 4-0 Dukes. .6:22 first quarter. Mason, shot, good. That's going to make it 5-0 as the Dukes lead. Up the floor as Girard takes it to the hoop. No good, rebounded, and we're going to have a foul.
Yep.
First shot is good. That's Durkin's first point of the ball game, as well as Girard. Second shot, up, no good. Rebounded by Miller. Miller's going to get it off to Warner. Warner's going to bring it up. She crosses center stripe over to Miller, to Collins on the left wing, to Mason. She's going to drive, kicks it out to Collins for three. Off the front of the rim, no good. As Girard's going to push the other way. And we're going to have a foul. That foul's going to be on, I believe, Ava Collins.
Yep, that's correct. That's her first. Very aggressive defensive player, so fouls will come.
Triplet to Durkin. Triplet. Over to Durkin. Inside. Kicks it back out to Triplet to Durkin. Rafferty, excuse me. Still learning the names here, so Triplet to Rafferty. Inside. Shot up. No good. Rebounded by Mason. Mason's going to push the other way. Mason's driving, and she's going to have it tapped away by Triplet. Nice play by.
And she wants that one back because that's
Triplet.
one of her specialties there is the fast break.
So Warner's going to inbound. Gets it into Mason. Over to Miller. Miller's going to drive. Takes it to the hoop. Layup. No good. Rebounded by Girard. So Girard's going to come the other way. Up to Triplet. Triplet's going to dribble. Back over to Rafferty. Back up top to Triplet to Durkin. Durkin's going to dribble. Cross court to Rafferty. Rafferty's going to dribble. Kicks it back out top to the top of the circle to Triplet to right wing. And over to the left wing to the top of the circle. Durkin inside and out to the left wing to the top of the circle. Inside. Going to take, and it's blocked by Advantage, who gets the rebound up to Warner. Warner's going to push. Into the corner to Collins to Miller. She's going to fake, going to drive, kicks it off to Mason for two. Shot good. 7-1. Lady Dukes, 4:29 in this first quarter. So Triplet gets it over to Rafferty. Inside, kicks it back out to Triplet. Into the corner to Durkin. Back to the right wing to Durkin, up top. Hands off the Triplet. Over to Rafferty, and we're going to get a timeout.
Yeah, Girard wants a timeout.
So we're going to step away for just a few minutes, and we'll be right back after this. And we're back, folks, here at Marlington. Girard versus the Dukes. 4:04, first quarter. Dukes lead 7-1. So Girard inbounds, gets it to Durkin in the corner. It's going to be Melito to Rafferty to Triplet. Triplet's going to get it over to Durkin. Durkin's going to dribble back over to Triplet at the top. To the right wing to Day. Over to Melito. To Triplet on the left wing to Rafferty at the top of the circle. Rafferty's going to dribble. She's guarded tightly by Mason. Gives it off to Triplet. Guarded by Advantage. She's going to reset, tries to throw it inside, and it's going to be tapped away by Advantage. Tell you what, one thing about this Dukes team, they are very good at getting their hands out there.
Yeah, they're very good at getting to the passing lanes and wreaking some havoc on some tip balls.
Inbound to Durkin, to Melito. She's going to turn, shoots, no good. Rebounded and tapped out of bounds, and last touched by Girard.
Yep.
So Advantage is going to inbound. Sounds like we had a foul. on Melito. That's her second foul of the ball game, so she'll sit down. Checking into the ball game, checking into the ball game is number 20, Mackenzie White. She is a 5'9" sophomore. So Warner hands off to Mason, over to Collins, in the corner to Miller. She looks, brings it back out, over to Collins. Collins gonna hand off to Warner. Warner to Miller, to Collins, or Mason, excuse me, to Miller. Back up top to Warner, she'll reset. Warner to Collins. Collins back over to Warner. She thinks about it, gets it off to Advantage inside. Shot up, no good. Rebounded Advantage, no good. And it's going to be rebounded by Girard. Triplet's going to push the other way. Drives, takes it to the hoop, layup, good. 7-3, Dukes lead as Warner's going to push the other way, gets it up to Mason, gets it to Advantage. To Warner, to Miller. She's going to fake, going to drive. Kicks it back out to Warner. Warner's going to reset the offense. Warner gives it off to Miller. Back to Warner. Hands to Mason. Over to Collins, to Miller on the left wing. Miller's looking. Back up top to Collins. Gives it over to Warner. Warner to Miller, to Mason. Mason's going to dribble. Brings it back out top. Gives it off to Warner on the left wing. Back up top to Mason, to the corner to Miller, to Warner. Back over to Collins, to Advantage, underneath to Miller. She's going to, and they're going to get her for traveling. I thought she was able to maybe hold that foot in place, but refs say no, sir. So Girard will bring it the other way with 1:40 left in this first quarter. Dukes lead 7-3.
Girard, 13th, ranked 13th in the bracket.
Oh, nice play by the Dukes.
Marlington, with the home court advantage here, ranked 3rd.
So Girard will re-inbound. And it's almost stolen by Miller. Brought up the floor by the Indians. And tipped away by Miller. Got retrieved by Triplet. She's going to shoot and score. So 7-5, Dukes lead, 122. Warner to Mason. Mason back to Warner. To Miller. To Collins. Shot up. No good. Rebounded by Day Day. Over to Rafferty. She's going to bring it up the floor. She's going to give it over to Triplet. Triplet guarded by Mason. To Durkin. And it's going to be knocked out of bounds by Ava Collins.
Girard's got a little bit of a momentum here towards the end of the first quarter.
58 seconds as Durkins will kick it into Triplet. Triplet over to Durkin. Inside, tries to go to Day Day and throws it away. So the Dukes will get the ball back with 52.1 seconds left in this first quarter, as Mason will give it into Maria Warner. Warner's going to dribble up the court. She's going to be cut off and guarded by Triplet. To Mason, to Vantage, shot for two, good. 9-5, Dukes lead, 36 seconds left in this first quarter. Triplet, over to Durkin for three, off the back of the rim, no good. Rebounded by Rafferty. Stolen by Warner, up the floor to Mason. She's going to push, takes it to the hoop, layup, good. 11-5, Lady Dukes. 16 seconds left in this first quarter. Rafferty to Triplet. Triplet's going to get it back over to Rafferty on the left wing. Shot up for three, no good. Rebounded by the Indians. Rafferty back up for two, off the side of the rim, no good. And it's going to be up the floor to Warner, who can't get a shot off, and that's the end of the first quarter. So that's how we're going to end the first quarter, 11-5, and we'll be back just after this.
The Straggett Media Network, a local broadcasting network, specializing in weather, news, sports, musical guests, weddings, commercials, visual marketing graphics. Let us take your business, school, wedding, or event to the next level. The Straggett Media Network.
And we're back, folks. Start of the second quarter, 11-5. Lady Dukes lead. I'll tell you what, John, tight first half, although the Lady Dukes struggled a little bit there in the first quarter shooting.
Yeah, Girard did a very nice job of chasing them off the three-point line, which is one of the Dukes' specialties, as they love to hit the three-point ball. And also, really, they haven't been able to do a lot of fast break offense either.
No, they really haven't, other than a couple runs by Mason, you know. So Advantage will kick it into Maria Warner. She'll walk across the center stripe, dribbles, guarded by Triplett. She'll give off to Mason. Mason to Collins. Collins is going to look, gives it to Miller. Inside to Mason. Mason's going to fake, kicks it out to Warner, who's going to pull for three. Bang! Just like that, it's 14-5. Lady Dukes lead, 7:38, second quarter. Triplett is going to get it over to Rafferty. Rafferty back to Triplett. She's going to pull for three. Back of the rim, no good. Rebounded by Ava Collins. She's going to push up the floor. She's going to take it, takes to the hoop, and she's going to be blocked. Last touched out of bounds by Girard. So Lady Dukes will take possession underneath, well, on the baseline. So Warner kicks it into Advantage. To Collins, to Warner for two. Back of the rim, no good. Rebounded by, well, tapped out of bounds. Last touched by Marlington. So Rafferty will inbound. And stolen by Mason. Layup's good. Make it 16-5. 7:07 first quarter. Melito to Triplett. She'll get it across. And stolen by Advantage. She's coming the other way, up to Warner. To Mason. Mason will pull up, gives it to Collins. Back up top to Warner, who's going to pull for three. Off the rim, no good. Rebounded by Rafferty. So Durkin will bring it across the center stripe. Gets it to Triplett. She's going to dribble. Kicks it across court to Rafferty on the left wing. Inside to Melito. Stolen by Warner. She's going to push the other way. She's going to take to the hoop. Layup is good. 18-5 Lady Dukes, and Girard wants a timeout right now.
It looks like Warner had a little sigh of relief there because she was like, oh, I'm glad that fell in.
Yeah, it kind of front rim, back rim, roll around, so.
Right, well, there's a heck of a lot of girls basketball today, especially a lot of the teams that we cover. Of course, today is Marlington and Girard. And the winner of this game will play the winner of Youngstown East or West Geauga.
Okay.
And then in the other bracket, we have Canfield playing Niles McKinley. Number 1 seed Canfield playing number 27 Niles McKinley. We have West Branch traveling to Edgewood. We have Alliance traveling to Howland, and then we have Salem having a home game against Berkshire. So there's plenty of basketball right now at one.
Well, and you got, I know East Canton's playing, I think you said East Canton's playing Waterloo?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then the St. Thomas Aquinas Knights are playing Richmond Heights. So, yeah, you're right. There are a ton, plus some folks out west as well with Fairless and Northwest playing as well. So, yeah. Playoff basketball, nothing better. As Triplett will walk it across the timeline. Durkin to Rafferty. Back to Triplett, top of the circle. Over to Rafferty on the left wing, inside. Kicks it over to Durkin underneath. Blocked by Mason, no good. And that's going to be Allie Gill bringing it the other way, and she's going to travel.
Yep.
She knew it, too.
That's why she tried to get that ball to Mason as quick as she could.
Yep. Allie Gill, who just checked into the ball game, is a sophomore guard for the Dukes. So Rafferty Gets it into the corner to Melito. Back up top to Durkin. Durkin to Triplet on the right wing. Back up top to Durkin. Tipped by Warner. Warner up to Gill. Gill's going to take it to the hoop. Shot up, no good. Rebounded by Advantage, and good. 20-5, 5:33, second quarter. As Triplet will come across the timeline. Gets it to Durkin on the right wing for three. No good. Rebounded Mason. Mason's going to push, and she's going to be fouled.
Yeah, Girard wants to make sure they stop that fast break.
That foul is going to be on number 10, Allison Durkin.
I believe that's her first foul.
She's a 5'4" freshman.
Oh, we got a little substitution here.
So Miller and Mason will sit down. Zoe Mort and Ava Collins check in.
You always wonder how substitutions are going to go during the playoff run, if they're going to let their starters take a breather or...
And we're going to have a foul.
Yep.
Day with the push. Well, you got to be smart about it, because you don't want to get your starters too much rest in a game like this right now where they're up by 15. But you want the young kids to get experience in the playoffs so that when it's their turn. So Collins going to go to the hoop. Layup's good. Nice drive on the baseline by Collins.
I think those are her 2 points for the day.
Yeah.
She's more of a defender than a scorer.
Well, you need that on every team, too.
Oh, especially if you want to make a run.
So Durkin up top to Triplin.
Guarded close.
As Gill is going to get called for the foul, she reached in.
Gill and Mort both underclassmen for the Dukes.
So Warner and Advantage will sit down. Mason and Miller check back in.
Yep. Got a little breather there.
Well, these Dukes, I'll tell you what, they play a lot of, they don't have a, well, Miller tapped it. Mason retrieves it. She's going to push up the floor to Mort. Mort's going to get it, loses it. And Triplet's coming the other way. She was cut off by Collins. The pass was just a little far for Zoe Mort. She just couldn't quite haul it in. So Girard's going to give it out to Durkin. She's going to travel.
Yep.
So 22-5, 4:17 second quarter. As Mason's going to walk it across the timeline. She's going to look, gets it over to Gill. Gill going to dribble, gives it up to Miller to up top, to Mason on the left wing. Mason looks, gives it to Collins, to Mort. Mort's going to fake, she's going to dribble, backs it back out, over to Collins, to Miller. Miller looks, gives it to Gill on the left wing. Gill's going to dribble, drives, takes the shot, and she's going to be fouled, so she'll go to the free throw line. Nice play by Allie Gill. Attacking the basket and drawing the contact. Shot up.
Good.
It's good. 23-5. Lady Dukes. 3:46 left in this second quarter. Second shot is no good. And it's going to be out of bounds. Last touched by the Dukes. So Girard's going to bring it the other way. And Rafferty will check in. Day will sit down. Triplet gets it into Rafferty. She'll bring it up the backcourt. Across the center stripe. Almost a double dribble. To Rafferty. Cross court. Stolen by Mason. She's going the other way. She's going to takes it to the hoop, and she'll be fouled. So Elizabeth Mason will go to the free throw line.
I believe that's 7 team fouls for Girard.
Yep, so they're in the single bonus. So that'll be the first foul on number 3, Siasha Triplet. Shot up.
Good.
Is good. It's going to give Mason double digits. She's got 10 in the ball game. Excellent start for Mason, who's normally a second half player. Second shot is good. 25-5. Lady Dukes lead big right now. Triplet gets it inside. Shot up, no good. Triplet for three, no good. Rebounded by Mason. Mason gonna dribble. She's double teamed. Up the floor to Miller. Miller cross court to Collins. Over to Gill.
Court again.
Gill's gonna drive baseline. She's gonna be blocked, and it's gonna be out of bounds. Last touched.
I think that was
by Zoe Moore. Yep.
Just couldn't quite get the rebound there.
So Warner and Avanich check in. Mort and Gill will sit down. So the Indians will walk it up the backcourt. Triplet brings it across the center stripe. Over to Durkin. Durkin cross court to Rafferty. Rafferty back up top to Triplet. Inside to White. White tries to get it to Durkin.
Nice
Inside,
pass,
stolen by Collins. Up to Warner. Warner to Mason. Mason's going to take to the hoop. Layup, good. 27-5. That'll be 13 for Mason. 2:32, second quarter. Triplet to Rafferty. Stolen by Mason. Mason's going the other way. She's going to take to the hole. Layup, good. Mason is on a roll here, folks. 29-5, Lady Dukes. 2:17, second quarter.
Yeah, 15 in the first half. Normally she picks up in the second half, but apparently she wants the first half.
White's going to take it inside, kicks it back out to Triplet, over to Rafferty, and she's going to lose it out of bounds. Pass was a little bit high.
Just a bit outside there.
So Maria Warner will bring it up the backcourt, cross the center stripe. Gets it over to Mason. Mason gets it back to Warner. Warner looks, gets it to Miller, top for three. Off the rim, no good. Rebounded by Girard. Girard's coming the other way. They're going to dribble. Gives it to Rafferty. Rafferty to Durkin, back to Rafferty. Rafferty's going to try to get it to Triplet, but she was cut off by Warner. Rafferty to Durkin. Durkin over to Triplet. She's going to lose it. Gets it back.
Nice save.
To Rafferty. To Melita. To Durkin in the right wing. Cross court to Rafferty. Over to Melita. Shot up. And it falls. The drought's over for Girard. 29-7. As Warner comes across. Dribbles, drives, gives it off to Collins. She's going to give it back out to Warner for two. Shot good. 31-7, 55 seconds left in this first half. Triplet to Rafferty on the left wing. Back up top to Triplet. Inside to White, to Durkin on the right wing. Shot no good.
Oh, rebound.
Triplet for three. Off the rim, no good. Rebounded by Avanich. Up to Warner. Up to Mason. Mason's going to go in for an easy layup and good. 33-7. 27 seconds left in this first half as the Dukes lead. So Triplet to Rafferty. Guarded by Warner. Over to Durkin. Durkin turns, kicks it to Rafferty for two. Blocked.
Nice
up to
block.
Warner, up to Miller. Miller's going to take to the hoop, layup, and she's going to go to the free throw line.
And that's 8 fouls for Girard. I'll tell you what, it seems like the Lady Dukes did their homework here and getting in the passing lanes, whether it's a block, a steal, a tip. It seems like they know where Girard's going to throw the ball before Girard does.
Shot up and good as Miller makes the first one. That is Miller's first point of the ball game. 3.4 seconds left in this first half. Checking into the ball game is Malin Lambden. Second shot.
Good.
Is good. Also checking into the ball game is number 22, Ella Wittensoldner. As the Dukes are trying to get some more subs in there. Triplet trying to get it, loses it, gets it back, shot up, no good. So that's how we're going to end the first half, 35-7. Lady Dukes lead big here in the first half. Tell you what, Ava Collins came out on a roll in the first half. She finished
17 points in the first half. She's usually a second half scorer, but something must have.
I'll tell you what, she was like, I'm not waiting today. Let's get this over quick.
Well, maybe she was watching the boys' game last night and figured, well, they had an impressive second half, so maybe I'll just carry it over and start the first half like they finished. So
she wants to be the Carrabba's player of the game.
I think she's pushing for that.
Well, we're going to step away for just a few as we take a timeout, take a breather. And we're going to step away. So this is the Straga Media Network. We'll be back.
Hello everyone, I'm Tegan Evans of the Straga Media Network, a local broadcasting network for the Eastern Stark County area, connecting with our local communities to give you local news, weather, and sports. Local communities like Louisville, Alliance, Marlborough Township, Plain Township, East Canton, Hartville, Salem, and Carrollton. If there's good news, we want to hear it. A varsity game for your local school, we want to cover it. Local weather, we want to bring it to you. Like, subscribe, follow, to keep up on everything and everywhere we cover. This is the Straga Media Network.
Life is tough. At Notre Dame, Ohio State, and in my life thereafter, I've had to walk through situations that were as challenging as it gets. A large part of my ability to overcome the challenges were the determination and toughness I learned as a leopard athlete. Your challenge today is tough. They want to push you around and take what's yours. Fight hard and rise to the challenge to show yourself that in years to come, that as your life gets hard, you'll have the intestinal fortitude to overcome. For many years, you have trained and practiced for this moment. And show what you got.
You like spending time with your family, but have you planned for when that is not possible? Guiley & Guiley provide affordable estate planning protecting you and your family. Our experience is your solution. Guiley & Guiley.
Beatty Sports has all of your athletic needs, specializing in corporate, school, and team apparel. In-house custom embroidery and silk screening makes the Beatty Sports tradition of quality and service unbeatable. Go Leopards!
And we're back, folks, here at Marlington, as Dukes lead big right now, 35-7 here at halftime. Dukes led here at halftime with Elizabeth Mason with 17.
Yeah, normally a second half scorer decided to light it up in the first half and just really, I don't know, just.
Well, and I'll tell you what, on Girard's side of it, they just could not find the bottom of the basket in the first half.
No, it seemed like, they got some shots off, but just struggled to find the bottom of the net at times. And, Marlington really did a good job of kind of disrupting the Girard offensive flow, getting in those pass lanes. Even if they didn't get the steal, it was still a tip ball and just kind of got them off their game a little bit. So.
Well, every time I turn around, Maria Warner or Elizabeth Mason's running down the floor for a layup. So it was pretty crazy, Warner, who's got 7. Advantage playing strong as strong can be inside. Seemed like every rebound she was getting and kicking it up the floor immediately.
Right. Well, and with her dad being the head coach of the boys, I'm sure she got a good speech this morning before the game.
Oh, yeah. Well, I just walked by Coach Advantage on our little break over there. I was like, your girl's playing strong inside. He said, yes, she is. That big smile. So you got to love it. Joining us on the airway here is our favorite girl here, Tegan Evans. What's happening, Tegan?
Hello.
Did you think we'd see a lead like this when you rolled in?
No, I just came right before halftime, and I honestly thought it was going to be a close game. I wasn't expecting it.
Yeah, I don't think anybody was. I think that, oh boy, as we had a little issue over here next to us in the press box. One of the chairs folded in half, and the guy went down. Is he all right over there? Wow. Well, so
technical difficulties.
Yeah, a little technical difficulties. Hopefully,
nothing we can't fix.
The gentleman from YSN, hopefully he's all right. But we got about 30 seconds left here. We're hoping for a strong second half by both teams. So Marlington and Coach Dedulis having a little conversation here before we get ready for the second half. Looks like Advantage, Mason, Collins, Miller, and Warner for the Dukes. Triplet, Day, Durkin, Rafferty, and Melita for the Indians. So Girard will inbound, Triplet to Rafferty on the left wing. Rafferty's going to dribble. Looking, kicks it back out to Triplet.
Oh.
Tries to get it inside and stolen by Warner. Up to Miller. Miller's going to pull for 3. Shot off the back of the rim, no good. Rebounded by Melita. Melita's going to push the other way. She's going to kick it over to the left side to Rafferty. Rafferty tries to get it inside to
kicked.
Day, and then we got a kick ball out of bounds. So Rafferty will inbound for the Indians. She's going to throw it clear across court to Durkin, inside to Day, and stolen by Mason. Up to Collins to Advantage. Cross court to Miller, throws it away. And it's going to be retrieved, or actually just go out of bounds. Last touch by the Dukes. So here comes the Indians coming the other way, as they will get it across and throws a dangerous cross-court pass to Rafferty. Sometimes when you get behind like this, you get a little desperate and you start throwing the ball around. And
right,
it's
well,
not a good thing.
You should have saw the fans.
So stolen by Warner, up to Mason. Mason's going to take to the hoop. Layup good. 37-7, Lady Dukes lead here early in the third quarter. Durkin's going to drive, gives it off to Melita. Melita going to bring it back out top. Gives it over to Rafferty on the left side. Inside, stolen by Advantage. She's going to lose it, gets it back, up to Warner. Warner's going to push into Mason. Nice pass to Mason for the layup, good. That was a nice pass by Warner. And Mason to finish, she's got 21. Over to Rafferty on the left wing. Rafferty gets it inside to Day Day. She's going to give it back out to Rafferty for three. Shot, I think, was blocked. Up the floor to Mason, and she's off to the races again. Layup's good. 41-7. Lady Dukes. 6:01, third quarter.
6 points for Mason in the second half.
And it's going to be tapped out of bounds. Last touched by the Dukes. So the stolen by the Dukes again. Warner coming the other way, and she's going to be fouled by Durkin.
Yep.
So Maria will inbound on the free throw line. Or underneath the basket, sorry, on the baseline. I'll tell you what, sometimes on these early games, John, Mason's going to drive to the hoop, layup, good. She is on an absolute roll today, guys. I mean,
25 points.
She is just rolling. Rafferty to Melita. Melita's going to dribble, gives it back to Rafferty. As I started to say, sometimes these early morning games throw me off, man. I just feel like I can't get in a rhythm.
Well, don't worry. Elizabeth Mason has you covered.
Yeah. So Miller up to Warner. Warner's going to push up the floor to Advantage. She's going to fake, and she's going to double dribble.
Yep.
She had the Girard player flash by her face as she went to put it up and lost track of
kind of threw her off a little bit.
Yep. So Mason's going to sit down.
With 25 points.
And Gill will check in. Mort's going to check in for Miller. And so you've got Mort, Gill, Warner, Advantage, and Collins for the Dukes. Melita, Triplet, Day Day, Durkin, and White for the Indians. So Melita's going to drive, shot no good. And we're going to have a jump ball.
Yep.
Possession will go to the Dukes. So Advantage is getting into Warner. Warner across the center stripe. Over to Mort. Mort back over to Warner. She's going to dribble. Kicks it into the corner to Gill. Gill into Collins. Back out to Warner. She's going to fake. Pulls up for two. Shot good.
Good.
45-7. 3:44 third quarter. Dukes are rolling.
Warner's first bucket in the second half.
And tapped away by Gill. Almost stolen by the Dukes as Melita's going to dribble, drives, kicks it out to Triplet. She's going to lose it, gets it back. Shot, and she's going to be fouled.
Push.
So Triplet will go to the free throw line with 3:18 in a running clock. Triplet will shoot the first one. Shot up.
Good.
It's good. So Ava Collins is going to sit down, and Malin Lambden, the junior, will check in. Second shot, off the front of the rim. No good. Rebounded by Warner. Up the floor to Gill. Gill's going to dribble, pulls it back out. And she's going to have it stolen by Melita. Melita's going to go to the hoop, layup, no good. Rebounded by Warner. Warner's going to push the other way. She pulls up, crosses the timeline, over to Mort. Mort's going to dribble into Advantage, and it goes between her legs, so we're going the other way. Melita Over to. She tried to get it to number 13, Sophia Littell, and it goes out of bounds. So Warner and Advantage will sit down. Mason to Mort, back to Mason, in the corner, to Gill, to Mason, to Mort on the left wing, back over to Mason. Mason in the corner to Gill. She's going to try to get it into Miller, and it's stolen by White. White's going to push the other way. Hands it off to Triplet, to Melita, to Littell. Back out top to Melita. To the right wing to Triplet. Inside to Littell. Shot no good. And it's going to be rebounded by...
Nice save by Mason.
As Mort will bring it up the other way. She's going to push, and she's going to have it tapped away. So Day-Day's going to sit down, and Dukes will inbound. Mort to Mason. Mason back over to Mort. Mort's going to dribble, kicks it into the corner to Gill. She tries to get it to Lambden in a kick ball.
Up. Looks like stolen.
Going the other way. Shot up. And good. 45-10. Lady Dukes with about 15 seconds left here in the third quarter. As Mason comes across, gives it to Mort. Into the corner. Back out to Mort. Over to Mason. Almost stolen.
Oh.
And it's going to be stolen by Triplet. Shot up. Off the rim. No good. Follows her shot. No good. So that's how we're going to end the third quarter. 45-10. Lady Dukes. And we'll be back after this. This is Dragon Media Network.
You like spending time with your family, but have you planned for when that is not possible? Guiley & Guiley provide affordable estate planning protecting you and your family. Our experience is your solution. Guiley & Guiley.
And welcome back, folks. I'm going to do a little housekeeping here. We had a little bit of a number issue here as they have a set of numbers next to a set of numbers here on our roster. And number 13 is actually Allie Wakefield, and number 25 is Sophia Littell. So I apologize for that. You know, sometimes when you're handed a roster with a couple of sets of numbers, makes it a little bit challenging, but we'll get through it. We'll work together. So Rafferty on the left wing kicks it back out top to Triplet. Triplet gonna dribble. Picks up her dribble, gives it to Rafferty. She's gonna drive baseline, cross court pass to Durkin. To Melita, to Triplet. Triplet's gonna drive down the lane, shot up, no good. Rebounded by Advantage. Advantage up to Warner. Warner's gonna push. She's gonna be
jump ball.
They're gonna call a jump ball.
Yep.
So the Dukes will inbound. Mason will inbound. She's gonna look. Gets it to the corner. Inside to Advantage. Nice pass. I'll tell you what.
Way to see the full court there.
Maria is very good at that. Maria Warner. 47-10, although the Lady Dukes, they are really good at sharing the ball all the way around. So Collins up to Warner to Mason, just like that. I mean, that was textbook, let's get it down the floor, share the ball with our friends, and make a layup. 49-10, 6:47 left in this ball game. Dukes lead big as Triplet will take a three, and bang. 13 points for the Indians. Warner across the timeline over to Mason. Mason gets it back to Warner. She's double teamed, gets it to advantage. Over to Collins. Collins to Mason to Warner. She's going to pull for three. Bang! Maria Warner, 12 points in this ball game. So Durkin's going to dribble, drives, takes to the hoop, off the rim, no good. Rebounded by Miller. She's going to give it off to Warner. Warner's going to push up the floor to Collins, to Mason. Nice pass. Wow. I'll tell you what, the unselfishness of this team is just amazes me.
Right.
As Collins really had a layup, but she made the easy pass to get it to Mason, who had an easier layup.
Mass substitution here. Standing ovation
So
from the Girard fans.
Rafferty, Day-Day, Melita, and Durkin will sit down. We'll get you the names of all the subs. Littell.
It's always nice to see a
Wakefield.
community travel for
Shot
the
up.
program.
No good. White. Brings it up. Inside. Shot up, no good. That was Abby Wakefield. No good. As Advantage will sit down. So does Collins. And will be Lambden and Mort. 52-13, 441. Gill, cross court.
Ooh. Nice little.
Back over to Gill, to Mort. Mort down to the corner to Mason. Back over to Miller. Back top to Mort, who's going to pull for three. Bang! 55-13. And Dukes just keep on rolling. 4:14 left in this ball game. Stolen by the Dukes. Up the floor to Gill. She's going to push, pulls it. Takes it, shot, no good. Rebounded by the Dukes. Out top to Miller. She's going to fake. Spins, backs it back out. Over to Gill. Into the corner. Back out top to Miller. She's going to retrieve it. Drives, takes it down the lane. Shot up, and it's going to fall off. Even the crowd wanted that one to fall.
It seemed like it hung up there for a minute, bouncing around.
Right. 15-13, 3:35 rolling clock here for the Dukes as Miller will go to the free throw line. Shot up. It's good.
That's her third point of the night.
So second shot is up and it's good as well. 57-13, 3:09 left in this ball game as Allie Gassman dribbles, drives down the lane, shot up, no good, and it's going to be
Looks
out
like
of bounds.
And down the hall.
Last touched by the Dukes. So the ball will stay with the Indians as Littell and Wakefield sit down and White sit down. So pass inside to the top of the circle, over to the right side, back out top, cross court to the top of the circle. She's going to dribble, loses it, picked up by Gill, over to Mort. Mort's going to take to the hoop, no good, rebounded by Mort. To Gill, shot up, good. That is Ella Wittensoldner with the bucket. And the pass is going to go out of bounds. That's going to go back over to the Dukes. So Mort going to bring it across the timeline to Miller. Miller's going to dribble. cross court to Gill. Back over to Mort. Mort to Miller. She's going to fake. Dribbles, drives, takes it down the lane. Shot up, rims out, no good. And it's going to be
Probably gonna have
rebounded by Miller.
Jump ball, yep.
So that possession will go to the Indians.
Yep.
So Gassman brings it across the timeline. Gets it to Clardy. Clardy back to Gassman. Tipped away by Mort. She's going to steal it. She's going the other way. She's going to pull it back out to the top to Miller. Miller's going to dribble. She's going to kick it out to Gill. Gill's going to look, dribbles, drives, shot up, no good. Rebounded by Miller. Miller's going to kick, and she's going to be fouled. So Miller's going to shoot with 22 seconds left in this ball game. Shot up.
Good. That's 60 for the Lady Dukes.
And we may run out here 15 seconds here at the free throw line. 60-13. Second shot. It's good. 7 seconds. 5. And that'll be it as the Lady Dukes roll in big fashion, 61-13. I'll tell you what, if you're going to do it, that's the way to do it, folks, as the Lady Dukes will advance.
Right, and, you know, as impressive as the win is, a win's a win in the tournament. You know, you win, you move on. You don't, you go home. So, you know, I mean, it's a very impressive win, but I'm sure all the Lady Dukes care about is that they get to advance, you know.
Right.
So.
Absolutely. I want to thank you guys for coming on with me. That was that's a huge win for the Dukes. Who do they play next?
They will play either Youngstown East or West Geauga. West Geauga is ranked 8th in the bracket, and Youngstown East is 14th. I do not have the final of that yet, as these games are still starting to wrap up. So if you would like to know who the Lady Dukes are playing, please check in a little later on our Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter page, and we'll get that information out to you.
So who's your player of the game, guys, as I need to guess at this?
Elizabeth Mason.
I'm with you, too.
I mean, from start to finish until, you know, they pulled her out to sit down, she just played with her hair on fire.
I'll tell you what, you could throw a couple other names in there. Maria Warner seemed like she was stealing the ball every time you turn around. And Advantage
had a really nice.
Had a monster game inside.
Right, down in the paint, so.
But, yeah, I agree with you. I would say Mason, she finished with
27 points.
27 points, so.
Couple steals, couple big threes, couple of fast break scores. So all in all, she had a very well-rounded game, I think.
Yep. So, well, I want to thank everybody for coming on with us. I want to thank Tegan and John for putting up with me today. It was a lot of fun. We had a great time. And we'll keep going as long as everybody keeps going in the playoffs here. So we'll be looking up to see where the next game is, and we'll see you out there. So this is the Straga Media Network, and have a great day, everybody. Till next time.